Our wonderful monarch of 70 years, Queen Elizabeth II, have in common with America's foremost #1 international sex symbol to this day. Confused? You won't be shortly. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the heart of London. Nice to see you today as ever, and as ever, welcome one and all brand new subscribers. Nice to have you on board. Thank you for taking the time out to join our channel, and you'll get a big welcome from all these wonderful people that are already on the channel. We're all firm friends, so don't feel uncomfortable. Say your piece, be kind, and of course be polite about other people. But as I say, we're a welcoming group, and we all like certain things. We like to wave to people. We're always looking for ways not to feel so tired, and we seem to have a big fan base for Horlicks. I think I've started something there. Of course, I don't know about, don't get me going, Horlicks has gone up now as well. Cost of living is really crippling, isn't it? You know, when your favourites start to go up, you think, oh no, goodness, what next? Well, I have to cut back on my only one treat. Don't get me going. Back as ever though to your breaking roll story of the day. This all centres upon, really, it's an interesting story in itself, because as we know, our gracious Majesty the Queen popped up at the Chelsea Flower Show. She's never missed this. It's one of those events that really starts the English season, as they say. And if you get an opportunity and you can afford, there are some cheaper tickets on the day, so do look out for that. But it is a little bit pricey, but it's worth it. It's one of those events you may do once in a lifetime, you know, and you think to yourself, yeah, I'm glad I went there. It gives you something to talk about, and you get the real experience about what the Chelsea Flower Show is all about. Now, Her Majesty the Queen popped up on a buggy, and a golf buggy, a golf cart, and everybody was sort of saying, oh, you know, this is going to be the new mode of transport. Well, there's two things that have emerged from that, in particular some of the comments that I've received here on the channel. And when you think about it, Her Majesty the Queen has done a lot about mobility and you know, reasons for getting around, because as we know, she doesn't really favour the walking stick. You know, that's her choice. Not keen obviously on being seen in a wheelchair. Again, that's her choice. Lots of people have to use this as a mode of transport. Nothing wrong with that. We all have our own issues and problems, particularly as we're all creaking a little bit older, aren't we? Every day you wake up and think, what else has fallen off? I don't know about you. But on a serious note, I think this has sent out a really good message, because it's basically saying whatever age you are, however you get around, it doesn't really matter, as long as you do get out there, get your face on, get your glamour on, get of course your best clothes on, and just, you know, invite life, as it were. Keep moving forward. And what I have been told by insiders at Windsor Castle is this will now be her preferred mode of transport moving forward. In fact, I have also been told that we could see some royal crests at the side of the golf cart now, you know, just to make it a little bit more formal. I did love the driver, by the way, in the gloves and the hat, didn't you? The only way to travel. But what does Our Majesty the Queen have? Well, basically akin to America's #1 still famous sex symbol from all these years ago. We're talking, of course, about the brilliant Mae West. And it's a story that the late Tony Curtis told me. Now, Tony Curtis is, you know, wonderful actor, big shows, big movies like Houdini, Some Like It Hot. He starred in a movie with Mae in the latter part of her career when she too was having mobility problems. And he told me that she basically said to him, there is no way that Mae West cannot have a swagger, cannot have a walk. This is what the public see, this is what the public want to see. So they got round it by literally placing and gluing Mae's shoes to a skateboard. That's right, that is in the early 70s, a skateboard. And then Mae was plonked on the skateboard in the shoes, and very slowly, with a long dress covering the whole thing, she was pulled along by a runner with a bit of string, a bit of rope at the front. So it looks like Mae was moving. Now, you know, a lot of people say that's just extreme vanity. It's not. It's exactly what you want to do, how you feel, and of course the way you want to be portrayed to your public. So I see this as a very similar situation for Our Majesty the Queen. She wants to remain, you know, where she's looked throughout her reign, mobile, active, glamorous, and of course enjoying the job. Very similar to Mae West. And by the way, I don't know if you know this, but Prince Philip was a huge fan of Mae West, so much so that way back in 1948, when Mae was appearing at the Prince of Wales Theatre in London in a play that she wrote herself called Diamond Lil, Prince Philip popped along for a night out with his mates from the Navy to see Mae West in person. Apparently they did meet backstage, but there were no pictures taken. I'm not quite sure the reason behind that. Perhaps the camera wouldn't stand too far back from Mae. She was known for liking her lighting. But isn't it nice to know that when you think about it, two women who have really shaped history throughout history still want to remain as we want to see them. And I applaud all women out there and men for that, who simply just want to retain their dignity and, more importantly, still living life at whatever age you are. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.